So that's going now. And like I said, the Presidu, Abby, is not here with us today, but I'm glad that all of you are here. And I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, I think, because I think it will be easier for me to share the agenda that way, um, and see if that makes it easier. So it looks like, can you see my screen okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, great, thanks. So the agenda for today, we'll just start working through the previous action items. So social media post, the boost post on 75. Uh, Benny and I think worked through all of the boosting permission issues, and there weren't any, so we're grateful for that. I think Benny, if you want to go ahead and comment on anything that you had regarding that, from my side, it seemed to work just fine, and we were able to have some dialogue about how the groups, what groups we should target, etc. Do you have any thoughts on that, Benny, or does everything look good from your side?
Yeah. Everything looks good from
Great,
my side. Yeah. Yeah.
great, great. Okay, so then we'll move on to the social media thank you post that's coming up for Dr. Khan, who donated some test kits and the Hereafter Foundation. So Benny, it looks like you'll be working on that post this week. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. So now we even have two uh, NGOs that showed up Hereafter and Uncle Aid Foundation.
Okay, beautiful.
So tomorrow, yeah, would be that post comes first,
Uh-huh.
then the other post comes on the Giving Tuesday.
Yes, the Giving Tuesday is the Dr. Khan post.
Yes, please. Yes.
Perfect, perfect. And so that's good. I'm glad that we had some other nonprofits participate that we can include in the thank you post to them. That's great. Good work on that, Benny. Thank you for that. Looking at Project 75 execution, all the logistics, everything seems to be completed, Salam. So I want to hear more about it, but it's later in the agenda. So super glad that that has been completed. And then it looks like we have um, the volunteer onboarding appears to go pretty well. The waivers, I guess, if we could get an update from you, Salam or Benny, on the waiver signing and the WhatsApp distribution and the stipend distribution uh, really quick before we get into the details of how the event went, we can acknowledge this activity and put it to bed, so to speak. How did all of that go? I guess Salam first.
Yeah, so as at the time we closed from the event, not all the volunteers had signed the volunteer agreement or waiver.
Okay.
Uh,
Can you give some background on that, Salam, as to why that didn't happen, or if there was difficulty with the form, or something that we can improve on? I don't see you as muted, Salam, but we might have dropped. Can anyone hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, thank you, Elaina.
I can hear you.
Okay. Let's see. Salam seems to maybe be having a connection issue. Benny, can you hear us okay? Salam left, and let's see if Benny's still here. I don't believe so. Okay. And you guys can, Luke, you can hear me okay?
Yep.
Okay, thank you. Benny, can you hear me okay? Or are you muted maybe? Oh, Benny dropped too. Let's give him just 30 seconds to join back.
Papa, did you start the recording?
I did. Thank you for asking. Yep, it is recording, so that looks to be good. Thank you for asking that. I'm not sure why they both dropped off. Hopefully everything's okay in Ghana. I don't think they're at the same location, but maybe. I don't even know. Okay, let me check my phone really quick. And let me ask them both if they'll be rejoining. Maybe they're in the same location with the power outage or something. I'm not sure.
Kinda crazy.
Yeah, that they both dropped off at the same time. I'm not seeing that they've read my WhatsApp messages either, which usually isn't going to be a power issue. Yeah, okay. Well, we're going to continue with the agenda, even though we can't get statuses, and we'll have to get them from them later. So, sounds like there may have been some issues that Salam will need to update us on regarding the waiver signatures and the WhatsApp distribution, the WhatsApp engagement, as well as the distribution of the quote unquote wash and close stipend. Be interesting to hear how that whole thing went. Uh, with regards to the bank account, we have Salam who is planning on opening the account via the power of attorney, and then I am going to fund that. I have not received an email from Salam yet that states that he is requesting $1,500 in USDC to actually do that. Um, I'll be expecting that email. That's an action item. Uh, yeah, their next thing is the residency permits. So we have a list of documents that are required for the residency permits for the board members that'll be traveling in April, which I believe are myself, the Presidio, and Luke. Those requirements are down below in the Appendix A, which I'll encourage Salam to review and make sure that those are accurate and complete as we pulled those from our weekly Friday meeting with Benny, and Salam. There's just some data to gather there for that. So medical data entry, we have some historical projects, 31 and 42, that still need attention. I didn't expect them to be entered yet, simply because we have had a big event this weekend. Hopefully that will come in the coming week. We'll need a status update on that. Policy signatures. This is for Luke and Daniel, needing to make sure, and with follow up maybe from Elaina, that those documents have been signed in Smiley. Daniel, can you give a status on that?
I have not yet. I will today.
Okay, I appreciate that. Luke, can I get a status?
I'm pretty sure I signed it last week.
Okay. If you've signed it, that's fine. Elaina, I don't know if you can see into that and submit those or where you are on that. Can you check on Luke's as we continue in this meeting and then give us
Yeah,
an
I
up?
can definitely double check and
Okay,
take a look.
great. Yeah, thank you for that, Elaina. I appreciate that.
Hmm.
And Daniel, I look forward to that as an action item to be signed today. Thank you. Let's see. So, new agenda topics. So, this is really a bit of a challenge without our Ghana team here, but I'm going to read through it, and I guess they'll need to either record a response that uh, we can get from them, or uh, type a description in detail in Discord and submit it to the group. Wanted to talk about turnout and engagement, uh, final attendee numbers, 500, the impact of the stickers and outreach efforts. We want to know about that. The medical data captured. We are hopeful that the data was captured in real time, but we're not sure how that was done. It wasn't clear if network was going to be an issue or how that would be done into Smiley. So we'll need a verification of the current data entry status, as that will play into the future posts that Benny makes on the giving event project. We'd like to have that data entered so we can actually show some tangible results in the effort. So hopefully that, so I guess project 75, data entry for the medical data is the highest priority, not the past projects of 31 and 42, as Benny will be able to use the data from 75 in the actual post, identifying if we identified any HIV cases, the positivity ratios for typhoid, malaria, hepatitis, etc. So then we're also waiting and anxious to hear feedback. Interrupt me if you have questions about what it is I'm saying or anything. Otherwise, I think I'm going to read the agenda and move on to the pieces which I'm responsible for presenting today, and then we'll get the status update from them in the future. So we'll need volunteer feedback from them assessing the effectiveness of the stipend, as well as the volunteer mix between the Hereafter Foundation and our direct recruits via WhatsApp. Logistics review, we want to evaluate the effectiveness of reaching out to gyms and fitness centers, what a partnership model for the venue looks like, maybe going in the future. Uh, and so now I will move into the financial report and the annual financial report that I've updated, um, that I've been talking about doing. I finally did that. So is what I'm going to do.
I can see it.
You can see it, Elaina?
So,
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, welcome, Ben. Um,
thank you.
yeah.
The lights just went out here, and I tried connecting back with my cellular network, and both networks, none was responsive.
Okay, it's no problem. That's what I said.
Yes,
It must be in the same place, and the power went out because they're both gone at the same time.
yes, yes,
Will you be able to participate now? And should we expect Salam? Oh, this is him now.
yes.
Okay, great. I'm gonna back up then, if it's okay, and rather than having you type
Can you
into,
hear me?
yeah, I can hear you now. Salam, welcome back. Can you hear me okay? Benny, and Salam, can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you from my end.
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, great. I'm sorry for the power outage, but I'm glad that you're back. I went ahead and I'm gonna back up a little bit since we have time. I was just reading through the agenda, and then I was gonna ask for both of you to provide an update in Discord or a verbal recording, but instead since you're back and your connection seems stable now, I'll go ahead and continue with where we were. Apologies for repeating myself for those of you who have already heard this. We've got the social thank you post figured out. Benny's got that under control. We should discuss how the signing of waivers went. I think, Salam, that's right when the power cut. And I think Salam's gone again. Benny, can you comment
Uh,
on that?
yes. So with signing of the volunteer agreement, we
Mhm.
had most of our volunteers come to the office on 21st.
Okay.
So they were able to sign it. A good number of them were here on 21st. They were able to sign it. Then
Great.
yesterday during the event, some who couldn't come to the office joined.
Uh-huh.
They were the few that couldn't sign it. But when they came and we started, I think the community people, Salam will give more updates. They came so early, so
Ah,
towards the event. So when we started, it was busy throughout.
yeah,
So when we
okay.
closed, yes, when we closed, I had to manually pick their phone numbers, those who couldn't sign it earlier.
Uh-huh.
Then I sent them messages on WhatsApp
Okay.
with links to the form to fill and also link to WhatsApp.
Beautiful.
Yes. So those
That
that came earlier, they were also able to sign up for the newsletter
yeah,
as well. So
that's great.
um,
Yeah, I saw we got a lot of newsletter updates, which is great as well. So the signing of the waivers really was just a on the ground thing, not necessarily a technical thing, correct, Benny?
no, it wasn't a technical thing
Okay,
at all.
great.
Yeah.
Great. Well, I'm
Yes.
glad that you had good turnout, and I'd rather that be the case. This is our first time signing the waivers, so I think the fact that we got you followed up with that, most appreciated, and I think that that's great that you were able to get them that information, and you were able to distribute the clothes washing stipend as well to those who volunteered.
Yes, we did.
Okay, great.
Yes, I think Salam is back online. If
Okay.
he would answer that, or I could continue. Yes. So we had a lot of volunteers, as
Mhm.
I already said. The Uncle Aid Foundation, they just reached out to us. That was middle of last week that they had some volunteers that were willing to. So we looked through their social media profile and we noticed that they've also been doing health events as we are doing. So we said, oh, we could give them a chance.
Uh-huh.
So we confirmed their participation and they were well represented. So during the video that we took, we even have their leader just to say something small. We will add that to the final video when we are working on it.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so at the end, I'll send a picture, maybe a teaser pictures of what happened before the final one on this called the Tamale office. So when we finished, we met all of them
Uh-huh.
inside the office just for a final word to thank them. Then Salam gave them the stipends, an envelope. Yeah, and I think they were so excited to see that we appreciated their time and effort spent here. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. That's great feedback, and definitely looking forward to that video. And I'm glad that the stipend was distributed, and all of that was done and well received. We'll talk more about the event in a minute, but I'm glad that that was good, and that we got more people into WhatsApp. We were successful in that. We were successful in signing up people for the newsletter as well as the waiver, and they appreciated our effort. It sounds like it was a great success. I can't wait to hear more. So I'll continue with the action items, and then we'll move into the other project. So bank account option 2 is what we've decided to execute. So this will be Salam to open the bank account in Ghana via the power of attorney, and he will be funding that after I send him 1,500 in USDC. I'm waiting on an email request from Salam to do that. When I receive the email request stating what it's for, what the $1,500 is for, etc., then we'll go ahead and send that over, and I'll enter that into our books as a journal entry, as it's not actually a purchase invoice. It's simply a movement of money into a new account. So that's that, and I'll look forward to that from Salam as an action item. Residency permits. Salam has gathered a list that I put into the appendix of this document that I would like him to review and provide any feedback if he has it. But this is the requirements that'll be for the Presidio, myself, and Luke, who will be traveling in on the April 2026 trip to Ghana. So there's some documents that we need to gather to get that residency permit and biometrics for getting our names on the bank account once we get into the country of Ghana. So Salam can take an action item to review Appendix A and make sure that's all good after the meeting. Medical data entry. So we have medical data entry for historical projects 31 and 42. That's under Ghana operations. This is something that needs attention, but I realize that the Project 75 data entry for the medical clinic we just did is more significant. So after that Project 75 data has been entered, we'll look forward to seeing 31 and 42 being caught up as it needs attention and as an action item as well. And then policy signatures. So we discussed this already, and Daniel and Luke are on that. And Elena's following up. Then new topics on the agenda. We're going to talk about Project 75. So and how it all went. So first of all, Salam or Ben, whoever's got a better connection, I guess, can you provide a review of the attendance numbers and how the outreach efforts and the 500 stickers, flyers was received?
Yeah, the attendance was very, very good.
Ah, good.
Like Ben stated earlier, we had the committee as early as 8 a.m. waiting for the event. So at a
Wow.
point, some of them, because, can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Yes, so at a point, some of them left, but they came back later in the day.
Uh-huh.
In total, we were able to screen about 900 people because 870 something,
Mm-hmm.
78 or so.
Mm-hmm.
And we had 3 HIV/AIDS cases.
Wow.
We had 21 typhoid cases.
Wow.
We had six malaria cases,
Mm-hmm.
0 hepatitis B,
Mm-hmm.
and hepatitis C. We had 1.
Okay. Great,
Yes. So
great results, and it sounds like it was a great turnout.
yes, it was a good turnout. Very,
Mm-hmm.
very good turnout. And like I indicated earlier, we also had 22 volunteers in all. So we're
Mm-hmm.
able to take care of everybody who showed up in time.
Great.
And uh, yeah, we also distributed sanitary pads to all the women. Honestly, the attendance was about 90% women and 10%, or even about 95% women
Uh-huh.
and 5% men. Yes.
Mm.
And I also realized that though the flyers worked, but what worked the most was the announcement in the mosques and in within the youth groups. There was this women group that showed up in their numbers in their t-shirts. It was very
Uh-huh.
fantastic.
Yeah, that's great. Great. So Salam, did you see much turnout from the gyms or not so much?
Not so much from the gym. Not
Uh-huh.
so much from the gym. Yeah.
Okay. Good. Well, we are learning, and I think that's a great recap. And it sounds like the event was a huge success. And the fact that we identified those positivities and were able to guide those individuals towards treatment is a big win for the entire organization. And we're absolutely grateful for all of the hard work that you and Benny put into the effort and your commitment to the project to make it a success.
Thank you. It's the effort of the entire team.
Great. I appreciate your
Yeah.
recognition.
So, uh, like Ben indicated, we asked all of them after the event. I had a brief discussion with them.
Uh-huh.
Most of them wanted to leave for prayers because they had not observed their afternoon prayers. As you know, most of us here are Muslims.
Yes.
So we really didn't have enough time to talk. But I just took them through what Give Business was about
Mm-hmm.
because I knew most of them had not got the time to go through our website.
Yeah.
And we told them that they should sign up the volunteer forms.
Mm-hmm.
And those who sign out the volunteer forms, we intend to invite them for maybe just a drink,
Uh-huh.
a drink together, and we'll use that opportunity to educate them more about what we are into, our various forms of activities. Because yes, they are nurses, but some of them might want to go beyond just volunteering as nurses and want to volunteer in other projects. And then we
Uh-huh.
can also let them understand how frequent we do these screenings so that they can plan their time ahead. So I was discussing it with Ben yesterday
Mm-hmm.
that when we have all of them sign up, or those who sign up, that will tell us that those people are willing and ready to volunteer with us. Then
Yeah.
we can invite them.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think I think that's a great idea, Salam, and I think that it sounds like while the event was a huge success, as Benny pointed out, I think it was a bit hectic in the beginning because people started arriving early, etc. So to take that time outside of an event to explain to them our mission, and actually would be interesting to do that after we confirm your 2026 budget for projects, then they will have an idea as far as what the upcoming projects for 2026 will be in Ghana and how they might be able to contribute. So I think that's a great idea to bring them together again as a group and explain to them what it is we plan on doing in 2026.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. And so then how about the medical data capture? How was that done? Did you capture that in real time, or do we have batch processing of the results that need to be done for Project 75 now?
So they were not captured in real time.
Okay.
Yes, because most of the nurses, how busy they were, I don't think they would have been able to manage the website, where the portal together with the tests, and there
Yeah.
were a lot of people trooping towards the tables. So
Hmm.
we actually had a form. We designed a form for taking the data,
Okay.
and we printed out to them. So we actually made it in two folds.
Hmm.
They input the data in the two. After that, they give one to the clients, as they call them. The nurses refer to the people as clients, so
Yes.
that especially those that have positive cases, they could
Mhm.
take it to the nearest hospital. So
Okay.
the others, we are keeping a copy that we will then sit down and input into our database. Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. That's good. I'm glad that sounds like a great process where you're able to give that information directly to the client and also have it to be entered in the future into Smiley for our reporting. And so I think that's great. So I would say, Benny, you can comment on this, but I would say that the medical data for Project 75 is probably the most important data to enter now, as the positivity rates and uh, some of those rates can be used when the posts about the events come out. For example, whether it's in the blog post, it would be nice to see that information in social media posts, etc. So I think that while it wasn't captured in real time, I feel the data medical data from 75 would be the top priority for data entry. If you agree with that, Benny, and think that it's important to integrate into the blog post and media posts.
Yes, I agree with that. So,
Okay,
yeah, I believe we can have that entered before we officially make a post this week about the entire event.
great. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
people,
great.
some people will be looking out to see how the cases are, and when they get to know that, that in a way brings out the impact of these health screenings that we are doing, especially with the positive cases we are getting. One thing that I noticed just with the data we have from the manual records we took here is that there's actually a high number of typhoid cases,
Mm-hmm.
which really confirms the reports from other we've been getting from other health organizations
Uh-huh.
talking about an outbreak of typhoid cases around.
Yeah.
So that means it's still a problem in the communities here.
I'm sorry, Benny. I think you broke up. Uh-oh.
Yes, I think
I'm
I can hear
sorry.
you. I thought
Yeah,
the problem was from my end.
yeah, no, now it appears to be from my end, so I apologize.
Okay.
You stopped, Benny, at the fact that you were saying uh that you think that the typhoid is being validated in our data as you're hearing about it from other organizations, and then I dropped out. I apologize.
Yes, so I think that was where I was just ending. So I wanted
Hmm.
to say that this really brings out the importance of these health screenings and to educate the general public on the measures they should take to um, prevent or make treat these cases urgently.
Yeah. And I
Yes.
think so. I think, Benny, that brings a good point is that in cases where things can be prevented, like typhoid, by washing your hands more frequently, before handling food, etc., whatever those might be, maybe we can put some of those suggestions, maybe three bullets in the blog and in the post on how to improve the conditions based on the research that we've done as uh, using Gemini or an AI tool to give us some of that information.
Yes, I think that's a great idea, and we
Hmm.
can have that at the post. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I think it's also important to have not only um, the preventative steps, as we'll call them, these three bullets on how you can help prevent typhoid, but also to have the numbers of our results in there before the data goes to the media house, because the media house might want to pick it up as the statistics, as it's no longer an event, it's an actual news piece of news, as something that's already happened. And so I think if we can get those numbers regarding the positivity rates, the three bullets about how to help prevent uh, typhoid, for example, then the media houses, that will give them more to publish. And the impact, as you said, I think will be more widely seen as why it's important to do these health screenings.
All right, sure.
Yeah,
I would
great.
have all that. Yeah, worked on here.
Great work on that, Benny, and great work, Salam, on organizing the entire event and making sure the canopies and the chairs and the tables and the organizations and all of that was there. Really, really powerful work. I'm going to continue on. So, volunteer feedback. Can you explain how the volunteer mix was? You said there was the Hereafter Foundation, and then our direct recruits. Did you notice a difference in how those volunteers interacted in the groups? Was one more skilled or more comfortable, or someone that we should lean on more? How do you feel about those? Salam?
I think they were able to. who work very well.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, there were some who also just came on their own, not through any of the other NGOs.
Uh-huh.
There were some that joined through our social media platforms. Others also came by recommendation, and in they all worked together very well. There were a few people personally I took note of that were very committed,
Uh-huh.
and a few people I equally took notes that they weren't that committed. They were not that serious.
Right.
So I even shared that with Ben, and I told Ben that he should help me take notice of these people, especially those that were very hardworking.
Yes.
There was a woman we discussed after the event, very, very hardworking, a very grown woman. I was at least expected that she'd be that committed, but
Mm-hmm.
she turned out to be. I think she didn't even eat. She didn't even make time to have lunch. Though we provided them lunch, she
Wow.
didn't make time to have lunch. She worked throughout. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
it
I was
was,
actually worried for her. I
Mm-hmm.
noticed that when her colleagues were taking lunch, she was still with the people
Mm-hmm.
because
yeah,
most of them were still in queue. And she was the elderly woman among all the volunteers that
Wow.
came.
yes,
Yes, and she
yeah,
had already been to the office even twice before the event yesterday.
Wow.
Yes.
yes, yes. So I was just telling Ben that someone like that, um, we could make her a lead volunteer on our health side,
Uh,
because
uh-huh.
as an organization, I feel like since myself and Ben do not have medical expertise,
Mm-hmm.
we need someone that is more committed, that we can frequently be in touch with. And when
Uh-huh.
we have events like this, the person can represent the ideal of Give Basic Needs by guiding every other volunteer to make sure things are done the way Give Basic Needs want things to be done. And
Yes.
this woman, I felt, stands out.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's really important. And Salam, that's a major leadership role accomplishment on your part to recognize that these types of notes on specific individuals, both positive and negative, are important to the organization. So I appreciate that leadership and the sharing of that with Ben in discussion, because that's what leaders do, is identify who they can surround themselves with to improve. And it sounds like you've identified someone who, as you said, could be a medical leader for us in the future of our volunteer medical team. So I applaud you on that. That's great work.
yeah. Thank you.
Absolutely, absolutely. And so then, let's see. We talked about the fitness, and how about the other nonprofits that joined? Were they engaged in a way that you thought was beneficial to the overall success of the event, or do you feel that they caused communication challenges, and what kind of effect did they have?
Yeah, they were fully engaged. Some of them, I interacted with them, and I realized that for some of them, it was even their first time volunteering with. So, for instance, those who came from the Hereafter, there was a lady I spoke with who said, yes, she signed up, she applied for a volunteer role with Hereafter,
Mm-hmm.
but she has actually not attended or volunteered at an event with Hereafter. And yesterday was her first time,
Uh-huh.
and Hereafter selected her to come to our event. And she actually did well. She's a community health nurse,
Uh-huh.
and she just graduated as a disease control officer
Beautiful.
as well. Yes, so I interacted with her, and I told her that with her expertise in disease control, that is
Mhm.
preventive health
Yeah.
and community health nursing as well, we will be using her often.
Yeah.
And she also said she's always going to be available to us.
So great. What beautiful news.
Yes.
Thank you for that. That's great. I'm glad to hear that again we identified someone else who we can rely on for this medical expertise. Yeah, I think that's great. I definitely want to celebrate that as well. Thank you, Lou. Yeah. So that's great. That's great. Is what I'd like to do now. I guess we just asked Benny and Salam first. Is there anything you'd like to say about Project 75 before we move on to the budget and strategy review?
Generally, I just want to say thank you to the entire team for all the ideas, all the hard work.
Mhm,
Project 75 has been successful,
mhm.
and we are really grateful that we made an impact. I will forward some messages I received from the assemblyman
Mhm.
from the area.
Uh-huh.
Yes, he sent a very heartwarming message, and I just want to read it out. He said, "May Allah blessing be upon you at all times. Believe me, your reward is in heaven for sowing a seed among your people and Tamale as a whole. May you never lack what you did yesterday, giving back to your people, your community, making good health an everyday thing for us. Words cannot describe what you have done to these people. May Almighty keep granting you and the team success and prosperity to do more."
Wow, it doesn't get any better than that, huh? That's beautiful. I definitely it would definitely is heartwarming and I can feel it. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, yeah,
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Thank you for sharing
yeah.
that. And that kind of quote could easily work its way into our blog post or social media post.
Posts.
Yeah, because that's moving. You know, that's not
Yeah,
often that you get that kind of recognition and that kind of response. So I think it's important that we celebrate it, not only in Discord or in this video, but also in our social media posts and things like this, and our blog posts, etc. So great, great. Thank you for sharing that. Benny, did you have anything more to share on 75 before we move on?
Just little. Yeah. So during the planning, I was a bit concerned about we having this event in Tamale for the first time with the
Mm,
way people are busy. But I think I was proven wrong yesterday with the number that came. So
yeah,
it was a great event. Yeah, and
great.
especially our first in Tamale.
Yeah,
It was,
yeah,
yeah.
that's great. I'm glad that the turnout exceeded expectations, and that's due to all of the hard work of the entire team, again, for which I'm eternally grateful. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, so is what we'll do now is we'll talk about I'll give the financial report. And the way that I'm going to do this, I think, is I'm going to go ahead and share this screen, which I believe you can see. Can you see the investment strategy for November update?
yeah,
Okay, great.
yeah.
Great. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try something different. I'm going to try to play this and see if you can hear this. Tell me if you can hear this.
Investment Strategy Report, November 2025 Update. Strengthening portfolio resilience against market volatility and systemic shocks.
I'm sorry, can you, I just want to confirm you guys can hear that okay?
No, I
No.
couldn't hear.
Yeah,
Okay,
I can't also say from my end.
okay, no problem then. I'll go ahead. I was going to have it do some reading for me just so you didn't have to listen to my voice, but it's okay. I will go ahead and read it. So basically, the idea here is to strengthen the portfolio, and you can see my screen now, correct?
Yes.
Okay, great. Let me, let me go here and have this here. Perfect. Okay, so the idea is to strengthen the portfolio for resilience against market volatility and systemic shock. And so I updated this on the 19th of November. The executive summary focuses on a kind of a bit of a different strategy we're working with what we're going to refer to as a barbell strategy. So this is a strategy to navigate market uncertainty in capital preservation in anticipation of an AI bubble pop and market volatility. And so this barbell approach I'll discuss a little bit below, but is what you can know about this approach is that we have assets, global assets that are extremely overvalued and a lot of volatility in the market with regards to global currencies, et cetera, as you all know. And so the current stance is a defensive and tactical strategy. And so we have a portfolio currently of 6.7 million. This is our total portfolio value in US dollars, stated in US dollars. This year to date, we have growth of 1.1 million, which is combined realized gains and unrealized basket growth, as we're referring to it. So all of our assets are put into baskets, and these baskets allow me as an individual, as a CFO, to keep our portfolio balanced during points of volatility. So balancing a portfolio, just a really quick, this is an idea where you set percentages for which assets you want and how much to own of them. And then as they fluctuate over time, you do something called rebalancing, which is essentially selling the highs and selling the assets that are greater than your targeted percent and buying the assets that are below. And so this balances the portfolio to be in line with what your expectations are based on the percentages, taking gains or taking losses, which are equally important for tax reasons. And so based on where we are today, we're up 1.1 million, which is a beautiful thing. I've been working hard at it. And we've been fortunate, and so hopefully our fortunate investment strategy will continue, and we can
Nice
continue.
job.
Thank you very much, Elaina. I appreciate that. Thank you, Benny. Yes, thank you. And so I think that this is both realized and unrealized gains. So we have realized income of 77,000. We have capital gains that are realized of 164 and estimated unrealized basket growth of 890,000. So our basis for returns year to date is 18.14%, which I'm ecstatic about and super excited about the fact that we are doing well, because the more we do with our portfolio, the more we have for things like stipends for our volunteers, test kits for our clients, food for those with food needs, shelter for those with shelter insecurity. All of the pillars can grow, not only in Ghana, but in other countries like the United States, Mexico, and new countries. So my goal as the CFO is to grow the portfolio to maximize a gain to accomplish our mission. And so the organization currently, with this uncertainty, maintains, as it's stated, a massive cash position, or as I like to refer to, what we call dry powder. So as in gunpowder, ready to fire when we're ready. And so this is a 2.1 million that's held in Fidelity. This reserve is strategically being put into position in the metals market upon a market correction. And so this is one of our dumbbells, if you will. We have three, and one is our cash position. These are our key assumptions that we're making with our portfolio. We have a global de-dollarization, including a shift towards BRICS, and nations that are moving to not use the US dollar for commerce. We have an investment impact with the weaker dollar. We see digital assets like Bitcoin and Ethereum likely becoming increasingly attractive and an alternate store of value. We have strategic risks in our defensive strategy, where we plan on needing to survive the delay for future. So we're trying to preserve our capital so that we can have a long-term strategy and have a meaningful impact, not just for today, because understand if we don't budget our finances, the foundation will not live in perpetuity. And our goal is to leave a legacy around the three pillars and the Give Basic Needs mission. And so the mission is fundamentally due to a humanitarian crisis. Things like USAID obviously have an impact. So the rationale is that, let me get down here a little bit more to explain this defensive structure that we've taken with our $6.7 million portfolio. So we have 30% in precious metals, gold and silver primarily, as well as miners in that area. We have tactical cash. As we say tactical, this is the dry powder. This is ready for a movement when the market does break down. We'll be able to go in and purchase assets at a lower rate. Regardless of what those assets are, they're to be determined, but probably will be positions furthering our positions in the metals, as they tend to be global assets which hold value and have the potential to appreciate as instability takes over. We have 10% in international emerging stocks, strong growth areas. We have commodities in the 7% range. This is focusing on water and agriculture. We have international stocks in developed countries of 5.7%, international bonds that invest in infrastructures at 5.5%, a defensive structure in the U.S. market around utilities and infrastructure at 3%, and then digital assets currently consume 3.7% of our assets. These are things like Bitcoin and Ethereum. And so we are working at looking for this tactical execution when the market's correct. We are currently, quote unquote, holding fire. We're not purchasing, and we will strategically purchase in this what I'm referring to as a sniper basket, or this kind of the same concept of a movement where we will move further into gold, further into silver and their miners as they multiply on a bit of a downturn and a correction that I'm expecting that will hopefully come to fruition. While we're not 100% sure, what we can do is ride the wave of probability, and that's what investing is about calculating strategic probability with regards to risk. And so we take a conservative asset like gold and silver, and we look for opportunities where the probabilities of it rising are in our favor. And then at that point, we use this quote unquote sniper basket to go in and purchase these assets in hopes that when they appreciate, we can then pull back this would be cash, pull this back into cash and wait for the next position. So I've been playing around a bit with this. I think it has to do with a bit of our extremely large gains this year, and I'm going to continue to do it as we move forward. So these are the execution zones for when we will go ahead and make those silver purchases, etc. As you know, the foundation status and compliance, we're over compliance in the income test, which is required at approximately 132,000, and the endowment test at 88,000. This year, our qualified expenses are 261. So there is no concern there about compliance. Our Ghana operations and organization fundings in Northern Ghana is our strategic effort, primarily due to the USAID cuts, which have decimated the dollars going into that region and that country as a whole. And so we still are hopeful to a future reclassify as a public charity going forward, but this is going to take some time, and it's also going to require the grants and other asset growth uh, calculations into effect as to whether we can get that done. But our goal is still to become a public charity. So that was a lot, I know, but I'll just go around the room and ask if there are questions about where it is that we are or where it is that we are going. I'll start with Elaina. Sorry, you might be muted.
Is it my turn? Sorry, I
Yeah,
couldn't hear if you asked me
yeah,
first.
yeah,
It
that's
all
okay.
sounds good to me.
Okay, okay, great. No questions?
Nope.
Okay, great. Salam, do you have any questions for the November report?
No, it all looks good for me. Yeah.
Okay, great, great. And Benny, how about you?
No questions. Yeah,
Okay, great.
yeah. I think it's a good strategy
Thank you.
that we are using. Yeah.
Thank you for that, and I appreciate that feedback. I'm always open to feedback, and know that I'm always acting in the best interest of the foundation with our assets. And while I can't be correct 100% of the time, I'll definitely take the kind of year that we've had and run with it. And so I'm hopeful that yeah, this allows us to continue operations well into the future and in a sustainable way. Luke, do you have any comments?
S&P who?
Yeah, who needs it, right? S&P
Who needs it?
500 is a reference that Luke is referring to, but yeah, don't. It's not needed. It's a higher risk factor than what I've come up with, and I'm grateful to take the 18% all the way to the bank, so to speak.
Attaboy.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate your support and always open to advice. And Daniel, how about you?
Nope, no questions.
Okay, great. So I'll jump back to the agenda that hopefully you can all see. Right. So can you still see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Next on the agenda, we have Benny, who has finalized his budget for the um, the media outreach budget in Ghana, and he is working on adding some uh, location specific registrations that could benefit our organization. For the rest of the group, you probably don't know what it is. I don't know how to explain it, but there are organizations within Tamale that we could register at that'll get our name out there and are beneficial. And so Benny's going to look at adding some to his budget, which he worked on and has presented to the president and myself. And so he's going to look at that and add that to the budget, as well as the Wikipedia page development. He's adding a bit of a budget line for that. And so we'll be seeing his budget when we see Salam's two budgets that he's responsible for and will be working on in the coming weeks. So moving on from that, so that's been presented and looks like it's on track. We just have a couple revisions there on the media budget. We have the December meeting board logistics. We're still confirming the venue as things have changed a little bit. I'm not sure where the president is on that. That's an action item for her. We have travel alignment. Uh, uh, which I believe Luke has his plans nailed down. Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay, great. And we need to confirm Elena's driving schedule as she'll be driving. I believe that's confirmed and we're all good with that. Is that correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay, great. And then We have on the medical inventory and reporting, this is just a note for Benny and Salam as they deal with test kits. We need to make sure that our test kits have been depleted by December 31st to avoid any inventory expiration or spoilage. So could Salam, you give us an update where we are with our current test kits and if we have test kits that we either need to give away or execute on?
Sorry, I was muted.
No, no
So
problem.
yes, like I gave the numbers, we have 0 test kits on HIV/AIDS,
Okay.
and then we have just about hundred of each of the other uh, test kits: malaria, typhoid, hepatitis B, hepatitis C.
Okay.
So yeah, so we can either uh, donate that
You know
to.
what? You know what we could do. I don't know what the response would be, but we could um, not do an advertised event, but maybe something at the office where a volunteer nurse comes and just performs that 100 at our office, or you find another organization to donate those test kits to. I'm not sure how you want to deal with that, Salam. That's your call. I'm just trying to manage the inventory in a way that makes sense.
Yeah, so yesterday there was actually this lady who came from Upper East, Busiga,
Mm-hmm.
um, very far away from
Mm-hmm.
Tamale, and she requested that the community she is, uh, I think Ben knows there. I don't know there personally,
Uh-huh.
but uh, Ben said he's been there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they are highly disadvantaged. She said, in fact, they are still practicing some outmoded medical practices such as female genital mutilation,
Oh.
and yeah, and they really lack a lot of things. So she said whenever she gets the opportunity as a community nurse who is stationed there to work or to meet with other organizations like ours, she always solicits for any uh, form of support we could provide just
Mm-hmm.
to aid their activities. So because of where they are located, I think we could just give them the test case.
Okay.
Yeah,
If yeah,
and
and I think I'm fine doing that as it's a small percentage of the overall test kits that we have. So it's not a matter of us executing. It's a matter of trusting that they'll be executed in the proper way and not sold on the black market or something like this.
yeah, yeah.
So
So
I my
she said
question.
she was,
Oh, go ahead.
yeah, she said she's going back to the community, I think tomorrow, Monday.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, I don't think for a community like that, I don't think they can actually sell the test kits.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and speak for the Presido now as she's not here and time seems to be of the essence. Elaina, Daniel, and Luke, you can comment as well if you have anything. But I think, Salam, if this individual you feel is trustworthy and a good recipient of this small surplus of 100 or fewer tests, I think it's fine for you to provide those to her and ask her to execute them on our behalf in her village. Does Elaina, Daniel, or Luke have any comment on that? Okay, not hearing anything. I'm assuming they're fine with that.
Yeah,
Salam, oh, Luke?
I think it sounds fine to me.
Yeah. Yeah, because it is a small percentage. I mean, it's 10% literally
Yeah.
of the 1,000 that we purchased. Is that correct, Salam?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. So yeah, so I think Salam, if you want to give those to her, that's great. But I'd also like to go one step further, Salam, and make sure that we have a medical event for 2026 in her area, so that we can help with the suffering that's going on in that region.
Yeah, that would be very great and very, very impactful.
Yeah, and I don't think we need to tell her, but if you could keep it on your radar that in 2026, that's an area that we should at least do one medical clinic. I know we've done a lot in and around Tamale, Gushigu, et cetera, but if we identify this as another potential area that is in need and they're suffering, that if you could um, allocate in your budgeting that for 2026, that would be great, I think. I'm sorry, Salam, are you there?
Yeah, yeah. I wouldn't let her even have an idea that we intend to do something like that. But we
Yeah,
can actually plan it and execute it.
yeah, I think that's the right approach. And yeah, that's great. I think that's great work, Salam, and that's a good use of our resources as you're on the ground and you know the situation best. So thank you for that. And I'll assume that all of our stockpile is at zero for test kits and that we'll go into the year anew and make sure that you'll make sure that those test kits get in the right hands.
Sure, sure.
Okay, great. Then continuing on, I don't have much left. Upcoming travel to Ghana in April. Salam, if you could look at the checklist, I don't know if you can still see my screen, but it is here. I have broke it down as to who's responsible for what regarding the components that are needed for travel and the residency permit. If you could look back at this document, it's linked in the meeting agenda. It's in the meeting agenda actually. So if you could look at it and let me know if there are any corrections, that'd be great.
Sure, I'll look at it. But
Oh,
I can see your screen anyway. But I'll look at it and then give
okay,
feedback.
perfect, perfect. And then moving on to let's see, next actions. Benny's going to work on the thank you and the partner nonprofit post. Daniel and Luke are going to go ahead with the policy signing based on Elaina's input. Salam is going to uh, confirm the residency permit data that we just referred to uh, and make sure that the individuals like who are traveling from the board of directors, if they need to extend their trip beyond the 10 days, Salam, we still need to know that when you get time to sit with Benny or whomever you might need to. We can talk about that in Friday's meeting when the president's back. And then,
Yes,
go ahead.
I'll sit with the immigration officers tomorrow and establish the actual number of days we need to work on that
Okay.
and see if the existing itinerary allows for that. If not, we would have to get you and the president to at least stay for some number of days beyond the 10 days.
Okay. Yeah, we just need to know that as we get ready to book flights. The for myself, for the President and Luke, we'll need police report clearances, educational certificates, diplomas, and go through the residency checklist. That can be done in the future as the President will be taking the lead on that. Deferred for next meeting, uh, the budget presentation for Ghana from Salam that will have to do with the project budgets for 2026. This is critical as we move into the conference in December, as we'll be discussing budgets and giving them final approvals. Salam will also be responsible for presenting the office budget for 2026 next week. In the case that we don't have Sally Fu attend the meeting on next Sunday and discuss the grant writing process and compensation, specifically the Starlink agreement going forward. Salam will go ahead and present those two budgets. Benny, you'll be asked to just talk about yours and show just a quick display, just like you had shown us with the additions. And then we'll resume the discussion about the mentee structure for the grant role coordinator that I will be mentoring. Does anyone have any questions on that? We'll start with Daniel. Do you have any questions or comments for as the meeting comes to a close?
No.
Okay. Luke, anything?
Nope.
Elaina?
Nothing from me.
Okay, Salam, do you have anything regarding the next meeting? And could you comment on the Salifu arrangement and if you're still working that? And I know you're working the budgets now that the Project 75 is complete. That'll be kind of next up. But do you have any input on Salifu and his joining us next week, if that'll happen or if it'll likely be in future weeks?
Yes, I spoke with Salifu this morning. So next week, Sunday, that is our next meeting on Sunday after this. He will be joining to discuss that.
Okay, great. So is what we'll do is we'll have a very cleared off agenda so that he's able to maybe share his screen if that's the way he chooses to discuss it, or if he has a presentation or he has things that he wants to share and show, he'll obviously be able to do that in this meeting. I'll let the president know to clear the agenda, put everything else on hold so that we can focus on the grant writing and leadership that he's going to provide us going forward in next Sunday's meeting. That's wonderful because that's a critical part, as are the budgets, which will then be pushed to the following week. As we move into the conference in December, we'll definitely be talking about the grant process and the budgets for final approval with the board members at that conference. So that's great news and excellent work on that, Salam. Thank you for that.
Thank you, too.
Do you have anything else that you'd like to comment on, Salam?
No.
Okay, Benny, do you have anything for us?
No.
Okay. Oh, you're with Salam now.
Join back. I think I exited and I couldn't join the meeting again. They said
Okay.
I'll do. Yeah.
No problem. That's fine. That's fine. I just saw Salam light up and your voice come out, and I was like, oh, they must be together now.
Yeah.
That's great. That's great. Well, I will go ahead and close the meeting then, knowing that the president will be back with us. Salam and Benny, we will have per your calendars in Google the meeting on Friday, and then we'll have the typical Sunday meeting. So I look forward to seeing everybody in the future. I appreciate your time and all of your effort. And it's clear we are making a difference. And I'm very grateful for that. So thank you, everyone. Enjoy your week. And thank you.
Thank you, too.
Bye bye.
Bye,
Right.
everybody.
Bye.